CIPA was set up around 10 years ago, started its operations in 2008, and it has a strategy that is made up of 3 pillars. First pillar is the promotion of Cyprus abroad, which has to do with enhancing the image of Cyprus to the international audience, but it also has to do with speaking to potential investors, finding them, talking to them, getting them interested in our products and what we have to offer. Second pillar is facilitation and support, so helping potential and existing investors throughout the stages of their investment. Existing investors are just as important to us, if not more important, than people trying to make a decision. So we try to keep them happy, solve any problems that they might have, and we try to be the first point of contact that they would come to in order to talk about their plans of expansion or their plans of, changing their activities or whatever it is that they might be looking into. Third pillar is looking at the legislative framework and thinking about how we can improve it. First of all, to make the business environment better, but secondly, also to introduce those incentives for specific sectors that we think would make those sectors more competitive. The main development is actually becoming well-known and gaining the trust of the people, both in Cyprus, but also the investors, the people coming from abroad. In Cyprus, it is necessary that we have an excellent relationship with the state, with all the people that have to do with investment at any organization within the country, because that is key both to facilitating investment, but also to identifying all the areas that require reform, that require improvement, and having the links to facilitate that, to make that happen. In Cyprus, we have very, very high quality professional services. We always have done, because our economy has been, service based for the last decades. And so there isn't anything that an investor cannot get in the way of professional services at excellent quality of service, and that is one of our major advantages. Now, that also carries through to the quality of our workforce. So should someone want to move their offices here or set up a regional base here, they are guaranteed to be able to find good people to work for them. Also, because we have, of course, access to the European Union and that market, we can supplement any gaps that we may have. So we do have a very cosmopolitan island where people move around, and that is why it's easy for employees of foreign companies or for the investors as well to move here, because whole families can move here. The school system is very good. So I think we offer a very pleasant environment, which is good both for business and for living in Cyprus. That includes an attractive tax regime and an emerging investment funds sector, which allows investors to invest through investment funds, and so to choose whatever sectors they wish to invest in, and maybe invest with other investors in areas such as shipping, for example, or tourism, or startups now, which is another technology, generally another emerging sector of the economy. But of course, there are also incentives that apply specifically to different types of companies. So we do have a scheme specifically applicable to startups. We do have schemes that apply to, let's say, intellectual property, and then other advantages that apply to everybody, like, for example, to expats moving into Cyprus and wanting to become residents here. We have some very good universities offering everything from medical school to very good quality IT degrees, and we have a very good quality of life where you can be, you can travel from the mountains to the sea on the same day, and if it's this time of year, you could probably ski and swim on the same day. I would say that we offer the best of both worlds, so that people can have a good family life, quality family life, but they can also have enjoy the infrastructure and the quality of service here to have good and healthy and prosperous business as well. everyone in Cyprus realizes that foreign investment is a big part of why Cyprus is a success. We've come out of the crisis largely because of foreign investment, taking the obvious example of the banks, which were recapitalized using foreign investment. So the fact that people know and appreciate that does help a lot, because everybody understands the need to cater to investors. And of course, we're looking for quality investment. That is why we can see the positive effects of it in the economy, and that's why people are so eager both to offer their services to these investors, but also to work at these companies, because often they are very, very good employers, and people do want to work for them. There are quite a few good incentives. For example, we have notional interest deduction, which means that whenever an investor invests capital into Cyprus, they get notional interest to reduce their tax base. We have many such other advantages, like, as I said before, when employees move into the country, if they are high earners, 50% of their income can be exempt for income tax for a maximum of 10 years. We have very good tax regime applying to non-domiciles. People who are not domiciled in Cyprus don't pay tax on their dividends, their interest, their rent. So there are many things in terms of the tax regime that are helpful. There are two aspects to investment. One is the major development projects, as you said. So we have the integrated casino resorts underway, which is definitely one of the major projects, and that is we hope it is going to enhance the tourist product, because as this investment develops, more investments will also come in, including the marinas. We have the ANIMA marina now on the east side of the island, which we hope will enhance that area in the same way as the Limassol marina did for the west side of the island. We also have several other marinas in the works, one in Paphos, one in Paralimni. So we'll see how we'll be happy to see those projects completed. And then we have quite a few other projects that are private projects going on in the main cities, but also around. And then we have a lot of projects that have to do with regional headquarters. So that's the other side that's also very important for investment, where existing businesses decide that they want to move part of their activities to Cyprus. And that is happening because of our strategic position in the Eastern Mediterranean. Cyprus happens to be a stable base with a very sort of advanced business environment in an area that has a lot going on in terms of the energy sector, in terms of the shipping sector. And so companies are choosing to base their regional activities with offices in Cyprus. We're seeing that happening more and more also with other international sort of developments, like Brexit, for example, where, British companies no longer, or companies based in Britain, no longer have access, or may no longer have access to the EU, and so they might want to have a base here in addition to their headquarters, let's say, in the UK. Similarly, we do offer access into the Middle East and into Asia as well, because again of our geographic position. So we do see a lot of companies from those countries investing into Cyprus, either for access into the EU or European companies wanting access into Asia and the Middle East. Well, first of all, I would like to thank you very much for this opportunity. We know that the European Times audience is is interested, in what's going on in the business world, and we're very happy to have the opportunity to talk about Cyprus. We are very happy to provide any information that anyone would want in terms of specific opportunities that we have to offer, or analysing some of the things that we've talked about earlier. So we encourage anyone who wants to get in touch with us to feel free to do so. either through our website or by telephone. We have all our information on our website and also on your website at the moment. So we would very much like to hear from you.